And we're live! Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to What Lies Beyond Existence. So, we're back tackling the first song of our upcoming album, The End. The song's The End. The upcoming album, as I already told you, it's the Book of Sorrow. Or at least for the time being. So, couple of things, guys. Last 2 days ago, I think it was the day of our last stream, I was roaming around trying to compose the piano part because I wasn't happy with what I had, and I noticed I was making some dumb mistakes, like the big duff as I am. So, of course, it could not go. It wasn't going right. Some of you guys who actually know what you're doing, you've probably noticed what I was doing wrong. First of all, the tempo wasn't right. The BPMs weren't right. I think I was 65 BPMs, something like that, and the BPMs weren't beating on the specific notes as it should. I mean, the songs the song I'm making specifically on the piano, and you can listen to of me. So, just to spare you guys from the torture of actually writing everything down on stream, I found the time to change it all back and put it as it should be. So, I found the time. The time is 96 BPM. I actually understood that this arpeggios here should be 8 notes. Okay, I put it 116 because it's easier when composing, but it's 8 notes. Okay, so 8 on D, A, D, F, D, A, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I've put everything as it should be. I've arranged the violin also, and as well as the voice. So everything now should be right. Should be where... Hey, what up, Realtor? Welcome back, dude. Thank you for being here. Now everything should be quite right. So we can take a listen to it very quickly. It's not a big song. So, okay, sure, let's go. See the beat. Now, how's the song? Is the song low? I can just bump it a little bit. Actually, it's better if I just go here, so I don't have to raise the microphone. quantized, so everything's on the beat, no human feeling whatsoever. We'll change that. Now for the ending, I think I'm gonna make a fade out or end abruptly right here. Here and end it. Or add another one because I actually like the last phrase of the violin. I really like the end of the violin. So I'll probably go the end is here, the end is here, and try to put like a frail voice saying the end is here. Like just like that. Almost as if all hope was lost. So yeah, and cut it. Now, of course, the instruments won't be these ones that I'm using. I just came here and used basically presents for everything. I'm not going to use presents for everything. In fact, I think I'm going to use... yeah, here's the thing. I've downloaded it based on a couple of videos that I saw on the internet, on YouTube most specifically, where people just presented the best free VSTs they could find, instruments or not. So I actually have some things from Isotope, and I've worked with these ones already. I've also worked with Ignite, which will be the VST that we'll be using as the head for when we're recording guitars with distortion or not. We'll be using Ignite, which is actually an amazing plugin. But I digress. So for the VSTs that we're gonna use, I'm wondering if I should change them now, if I start putting the effects I want and then see what's lacking. Because here's the thing, this song is was specifically composed to be very minimalistic. When me and my friend were writing it, he was just playing on the guitar and it would just be voice. Now, I've added the violin and I changed the piano. I changed the guitar with the piano. I like piano and violin with the voice on top. So it should be minimalistic, very minimalistic. Yeah, let's go with minimalistic. And it should be, yeah, very, very raw, very empty of that big wall of sound that I want some music later on, for some songs later on. Sorry, my English is today is not that good. It will get better though. Level 1. Okay. I think I'm gonna put the effects. That's it. So, no, not this one. Right here. We're gonna go to Music Projects, Effects. So, what do we have here in effects? Rain and thunder. That's what I want. Distant thunder. Heavy thunder. And rain. Okay. I thought I had... Okay, this is gonna be a pain. I thought I had just a couple of those. Apparently, got a lot of those. I got this a long time ago. I don't even know from where. But Okay, let's go. Let's see. Let's cast some. We're not gonna... I'm not gonna play them all from start to finish. Just checking the times. Man, I don't need umbrella. I don't need traffic. I want a street. Actually, I don't want a sewer either. So street, and maybe on the window. It's not supposed to be rain on the window, but in the end, what counts is the sound that's coming out. Advance. I was listening to Advance a lot of days ago. Well, okay, let's see. Now, I realize you're probably not listening to this because... Yeah. Focus rate. Now you're listening to this. Okay, so... I don't like the drops. Don't like the drops. Nope. No. I think I like this one. Even with the traffic. The traffic. Okay, let's go with the number 8. Ah, closed it all again. Damn it. Okay, so nope. Again, nope. Effects. Rain and thunder. Actually, let's just put here. I was using rain, and I said traffic number 8, right? So put it here. And I think I'm gonna put the number 9 also. No. No. Let's check number 6. You wonder why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm gonna do it like this. Here. And boop. And suddenly you just got movement. And I'm gonna call this one rain effects. This is like left. I'm gonna call this one rain effects right. Change the color to something else. We need to be... Let's go with transition to something else. I really don't want to spend time on this. but this just... I just cannot look at it if it isn't changed. Okay, sure, like this. Okay. Way too flashy, but doesn't mind. Doesn't care. Like this. Now, we're gonna put it at the end. Either it doesn't need to be that precise yet. We're just exploring and see if it fits or not. And now we're gonna put some heavy thunder. We're gonna cast some heavy thunder. Let's see. I'm using this now. Wasn't supposed to. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Na 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 na. Ooh, this one's violent. This one's gonna go to the end because violent. If my idea works, this one's cool too. This one takes too long to start, I think. Which I think works just fine as the second coming here, because we're also gonna cast Distant Thunder. So this one, nope, 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 nope. Have a lot of Distant Thunders though, but it will be fast, I think. Okay. Just a very distant rumbling. Okay. The 18 might be cool for what I want. In the beginning. Here. Cool. Yeah, number one. Number one for the end. Okay. So, I think this is gonna be enough effects for the song. Just change the color here pretty quick. This one works, and let's go to a yellowish. Okay, so doesn't offend me. Like this. The other two go in the center, and I'm gonna do this because I just had an idea that I don't know if it will work. I hope so. Okay, because I'm gonna send this to one side, this to the other. This thunder, I'm gonna keep it right in the middle. This is gonna be this one's gonna be the main one, heavy thunder, which I'm gonna put just effects center. dist thunder left, dist thunder right. Okay, that sounds good. Huh, not yet, it doesn't. It will, or at least I hope so. Okay, so this heavy thunder here will basically tells us where the music starts. Okay, so right now, without even putting it accordingly. Should I put this on the center either? Let's see. We're gonna check with, in the end, if it is the same thing. So. Yeah, this works. Then the distant ones just fading in the distance. However, if I'm gonna put it like this, I just put this here, and go here, and I can just remove it. So yeah. However, this should come. Maybe too much. Maybe a little bit too much. This thing I'm gonna duplicate it. Just this. Does any one of you guys know where the auto crossfade is? I think I can do it like this. However, though, the second song, the one that comes right after this, will also start with the rain. So the rain here is not just for dramatic purposes. Well, it is, but it will also be the connecting line between the first song and the second one. The second one will also start in the rain, but instead of starting with a piano, it will start with a guitar, like clean guitar, with some arpeggios. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, this works more or less. It's maybe starting. It's starting to sound. I don't need. Oh. I don't need all this effect. Bless you. Thank you. Out the rain, so the rain loses focus and the listener starts focusing on the song. However, I wonder if it's just too much noise to disappear in such a quick period of time. And this is always my problem with effects in general, and effects that start or end a song. I always have this difficulty, this issue where I don't know when an effect overstays its presence. But I don't also want the effect just to disappear like in a click. So yeah, for the beginning of the song. It to be natural without the listener. It's probably because the effects are too loud. I'm not sure. Maybe that's dropped on, I don't know, -3 dB. Sounds natural here. Let's see if it sounds natural here. Yeah. I like this. Very fluid. And the aftermath. it like this. And okay, I think the effects are nice and well. Start right here. So this is the song. Right? Right. Okay. So let's create here back folder. Wait, what have I done? I know. Add folder track. That's it. Which we're gonna. There. And now the folder track takes care of everything. And because it's here. Wait a second. I know what I'm gonna do. This color I'm gonna add to this. So it's easier to do. This one. And now it's pretty again. I'm sorry. If you've noticed, and you compare this session with the session from 2 days ago, you'll notice that I changed the colors from these ones again. These stems colors changed again, and I've also changed the colors for the background of the DAW of Studio One. Put it darker, which kinda like. It's dark. The darkest, the better. In music, though. In life, let's try to be positive and bright and unicorns and rainbows. Okay, so I like the effects, I like the piano, like the violin, the voice. It's not the voice guide. It's not that good, but I don't really mind how it is right now because I'm gonna change it with real vocals, and the vocals will have different dynamics and different swings and things like that. So it's not that well done, but it just needs to be on the places where they're gonna start, because they're here just so I could write the violin and know where the violin would actually work just for me to know where the violin would enter. So for those of you who have never composed for an orchestra, or if you got no clues, don't worry, you're not alone. However, I've done a little bit, and I have actually learned a little bit how to write for orchestra. So in this specific case, if you notice here, I have a long note, and basically this is basically 3 bars without me saying anything. So this is specific. It's an appropriate time for the violin to come in and actually answer to what the voice said. So the voice goes. And this is a sustained note, and it will be another bar, basically bar and a half, bar and a quarter, until it hits the second sentence of the voice. So I have like this, all this space for the violin to come in and answer to what the voice did, which another thing that you could do when you're writing violins, and we'll tackle more of this when we start composing for more and more instruments and more parts of an orchestra, is basically creating counter melodies, creating or negative melodies. I've heard it both ways. I like counter melodies. Yeah, we're gonna tackle it. It's basically more or less what I'm doing here. So for example, if the voice comes down, the violin goes up, you see, and it creates this how do you say it? It's not a difference. I mean, it's different, of course, but it's Oh man, I've got the word under my tongue, and I don't remember. Not in English, not in Portuguese. What's the word I'm looking for? This well, doesn't matter. This man, the word would be so good right now. Well, doesn't matter. It creates this weird. It's not weird, but it creates this actually quite nice dynamic. You see, the words go, the voice. As soon as the voice goes down, the violin goes up, and it seems like suspend the notes and just come down because we're reaching the end. The violin takes the song home. It's the violin that actually takes the song home. It starts. I wanted actually to create this interchange. Am I saying the right words here? I wanted to create this dynamic between voices, the voice and the violin, where it starts as the voice being in command, and as soon as the main character realizes or comes to terms with what he's facing, and you see here on the lyrics, as soon as he starts to come to terms with his future now, or lack of it, as no tomorrow, the end is near, it just, the voice kind of goes back, and it just gives up, and starts to be less dynamic. You can actually see it here. In the beginning, he goes from up, down, and as soon as we reach the middle of the song, it changes. So less violin here and the voice more dynamic. As soon as we reach the middle of the song, more violins, and the violin starts to be very dynamic, and the voice just starts repeating itself. No tomorrow. The end is near. The end is near. The end is here. That's it. It just gives up, and the violin carries the last part of the song out. So, yeah, violins here to create this dynamic with the voice, not just for dramatic purposes. Although this song is actually very dynamic. I wanted it to be that way. It's supposed to, because, I mean, the album's called The Book of Sorrow, and the first song is called The End. I cannot express how much dramatic I want this to be. Because it is supposed to be. It's supposed to be dramatic, it's supposed to be not gothic, but have that gothic influence on it. I want it to be very dramatic, very stage dramatic. Okay? Not specifically a musical. It could be played on a stage though, because I actually wrote it as if I could get more vocalists. So this song is just main character, but I have other characters on the other songs. So I still don't know if I can find, or if I actually want to. I wrote it. I wrote the album to not be just one main singer. I wanted more singers. Again, very dramatic, very musical-like without being a musical. More like a rock opera or a metal opera. Depends on your point of view. If you're familiar with Arian or Avantasia, it's more on those terms without having the sound those bands have. Avantasia is a power metal super group. Arian's progressive, but it goes classic, it goes folk. Arian's an amazing band. So yeah, but the singers The number of singers, not that much though. They use quite a lot of singers. I've only wanted 3 singers, probably. 2 females, another male, and myself. So 4. 4 would work just fine. And playing with the chorus. The choirs though, to be good. However, I can also, I wrote it to be that way, but I can also have one main singer singing all the parts in way, for example, Seventh Wonder does. Seventh Wonder, if you listen to Seventh Wonder's Mercy Falls, Tommy Karevic actually sings very different parts. And he sings the part of a man, the part of the woman, the part of a child. So, yeah. It really doesn't matter. We'll work with what we have, and we're gonna like it. Right? Right. Okay, so, enough doubling about. Let's try to find a better piano, because the piano here is very... takes a big... Actually, I should get the best of all the instruments I have, because I don't have, as you can see here, that many instruments. So those I have need to be good. I've had Spitfire Audio, BBC Symphonic Orchestra. Let's replace. And see if this is what I'm thinking of. It is what I'm thinking of. And I want a piano. Oh, I can put them up. Cool. Oh. Okay. Arpeggios percussion, tuned percussion. What's tuned percussion? I do like a bell. A bell, actually. Bell might actually work. Okay, okay. Didn't this have a piano? I was so sure this had a piano. Why did I thought this had a piano? Huh. Well. Okay. I was so sure this had a piano. Although, maybe we just find our volume. The second ones have more of a mid-frequency presence, I think. At least that's what it sounds to me. Had that. Yeah. Different frequency there. Okay, I think I'll go with the first one. I don't want that mid-frequency right now. But it cannot go here. So I need to find another piano. Now, I know I've downloaded another piano. I just don't know where. I'm gonna have to search. No. What have I done? Whew, a bass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need... So if that's a bass, this is gonna be a guitar. Sample tank. I think I've downloaded another piano. This I still don't know how it works. Load instrument. Okay. I think I'm starting to see. Art Deco piano. Sure. Let's go with it. So, isn't it supposed to... Do I need to do another thing? Categories. Flip, no, just want a piano. I need this. Do I need to choose here? So, okay, let's try to choose though. Timbre. Okay. So for this one, and if it's alone, I want a warm one because the violin will be very cold. Piano sonata. Sure. Is this gonna eat all my memory? Oh man, it does eat a lot of memory. I don't mind the sound. Let's see. Another thing I did, which I don't think I want, because nope. I don't think I want, because it just takes it away. Here, the velocity. So this is gonna be the lowest note we're gonna play. A D1. This is gonna be the lowest one. I don't want it to be very, very hard, but I don't want it to be very slowy, very soft either. Okay. I did, but I only did this to here, so I'm gonna raise these ones up also. Let's go to 75. But I think it loses that oomph. Change this one stuff. I didn't. 80. 80 is not bad. But everything's at 80. Which I don't want to. So I'll drop this one's to 70. Right? And this to 70. And raise the upper ones $75 actually works. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm able to record the piano with the keyboard I have. Again, I don't have the space. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. If I can, I'll write this down to have that human touch. So the velocities will be the velocities I'll input on the song, minus some mistakes or defects if I cannot play it properly. However, just to be safe, I'm gonna work on the velocities by hand, in case I cannot record it. So let's gonna do that, shall we? So these ones are gonna be my left hand. Keep in mind though the camera is changing the perspective, so this is my left hand. So if I were playing this on a keyboard, it will be my pinky and my thumb. Boom. So I would probably go the first I would usually I'm heavier with my thumb, so this one's, if this is my thumb and this is my pinky, I would probably be heavier. I'm heavier with this hand than I am with this. So that's why here is 75 and here it's 70. That 5%. For those, I should probably explain this first. If you're not familiar with composing on a grid, on a piano roll, on a virtual piano, in the presonus, or any DAW actually, the velocity that appears here, and every DAW has this specific let's call it characteristic, this specific window number, percentage, whatever. I don't know the name. My brain doesn't want to work right now. However, that and this is basically the same. This is the graphics of what's represented here. Usually I can just go here, select the notes I want, just come here and change them. And this represents the strength with which you play that specific note. So, and you can come here and adjust this manually either. It will be the same. So if you go here, you can see the... See? Okay. That adjusts how heavy you play a note. It can be very soft, you can be very hard. So, if this is my pinky, I would have less strength with it. So this would have to be played softer. Just a little bit softer though than this one's, which would be played by my thumb. So boom. And my thumb will actually be strongest. So that's the difference here. That's why, if you listen carefully, this isn't the best part to listen because of the thunder, but if you listen carefully, you'll hear a little bit more this frequency, this lower mid, than this bottom. Okay. As for the arpeggios, yeah, I would be playing them with my thumb, my index finger, and my middle finger. So, stronger, next in line, and the last one. So, boom, boom, boom. Right? I would be... Actually, probably not. You see here, if I'm looking at this specific arpeggio, so okay, we're in D, right? I'm playing the fifth, the octave, and a minor third. So this is D minor, okay? I'm playing the fifth here. Yeah, this one, the fifth would be played with my middle finger, and I would go boom, boom, and yeah, I'd have to. Either way, it really doesn't matter. If I played with my thumb, my index, or my ring finger, or if I played thumb, middle, and pinky. Either way, the first one would be the strongest, the second one would be the next in line, and the third one would be the softest. So, I can just go here and basically select every single one of the first arpeggios that I would play. Okay, so let's make sure. Everyone, not everyone. Now everyone. Yeah. New. So this would be first ones, and they would go. I'm gonna put 80. Damn it, it's done. So yeah, 80, 75, and 70. I think it works just fine. So yeah, fortunately, I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. Ah man, I thought I had it. So the second here, the second here's the second. So get them all. Yeah. So this is the second one, so 75. And the top ones. Here. Here. Is this the top one? What's going on here? Right here. Still mess the shortcuts with the keyboard. Okay, so and these ones would be 70, and hopefully you can hear already a change in the dynamics. Now there's movement. I can change some things around, but I think I'm not gonna bore you guys with this today. Or I don't even know if I'm gonna do it on stream, but I'm gonna change some notes around so they're not exactly on the grid. I don't want that. That turns the song very robotic. Cuts off that human part of it all. But for now, these dynamics actually work. However, for the end of... Why do I have FL Studio VST here? Let's replace. I don't like the sound of that piano, and it consumes a lot of my resources. I wanted a softer one. Is this gonna turn on FL Studios? So hope not. No. It just does this, which I don't know what that is. Huh? Sure. Let's see if I have anything on contact that can actually be used as a piano. Guess not. Why don't have I? Oh, here. Band. Bass. Pocket, trumpet, organ, jazz organ. No. Electric piano. Would an electric piano work? Let's see. No. It really doesn't. Vintage. Do we have any pianos? Maybe 100. Nope. World. Synth. Synth, I think we're gonna use some synths. Not just... Come on. Is the piano the only thing I have? Come on. Pocket ragtime piano. No. I just need an acoustic piano. Julian pipes. Maybe some later songs. Here. I don't really have urban beats. Orient Vacation, Green Bag, Choral, Beat 'em Down. Since I'm gonna use some synths, some pads probably. A lead here and there. Man, I was really counting on it. Cine player. Let's see. Now I can actually present you with... What's this? I can actually present you with every single... Can I? No, 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 no. Oh man, come on. At least now you get to know every single piano that I have, or every single VST I have, which, as you can probably see, it's not enough. I need to get another free piano. Because I really don't want to. Oh, man, come on. I was really counting on BBC Orchestra having one. And I'm pretty sure it has. Probably didn't download it. Rewire. Central Studio. Personas. Presence. I need to. There's actually... No. For next stream, I'm gonna have another piano. It's decided. I need another piano. Instrument effects. What's this? Rock and the heart plays. Chorus piano. Resonating softly. Jazz ballad. What a full piano. Doesn't have any body. Doesn't have body to it. However, we did find our strings, right? This one. And you can hear it right away. It's a whole different thing. It's ending very abruptly. I need to change that, play with the dynamics, playing with the endings. However, all in all, I'm kind of happy with what I have. I will probably add more atmosphere to the back of the song and try to give more body to the lower hand. Right now, doesn't have this. The lower frequencies aren't there yet. You can actually check it out for yourselves. If I use span, for example. See? Have any low body. I can try to put a cello and have the cello try to counter it. But you can see here, it's completely devoid of any sound from 100 Hz to the end of it. It's just it doesn't have anything. Yeah, we need to fill this out. It will probably have something now as soon as the thunder comes in. We'll start to see the rumbling actually building up here. Yeah. But it needs to have body there. Right now, it's just way too empty for my taste. Let's save some resources here. Okay, so we did the effects, we chose them, we got them on, we actually got the dynamics for the piano done. I'm not completely happy with them yet though, because again, very quantized, very robotic, and I don't like the sound yet. The presence one is very good because, firstly, it's a light program, so we can use it in a lot of circumstances, and it's a very complete one. By just opening one, you can already see that it has, like, here, you can see it. Very complete. It's Vox, synths and keys, strings, piano, percussion, organ. If you want something just to put on and work right away, and is very light, very resource light on your PC, you can see right here, I have lots of, not lots, but some things now here, and 12%. Again, my computer is not that good. I'm only working with 8 gigas of RAM, so I need to save the resources whenever I can. And as soon as I'm happy with some of these things, trust me, I'm gonna bounce the song. Come here and bounce selection, and that's it. And stop working with the MIDI and save those resources again. So, yeah. We did a couple of things today. Again, this could be faster. We could be working a lot faster. However, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in any rush to end this. I'm gonna work on my songs 1 hour a day. Not yet, at least, but in September, as soon as my life goes back to normalcy, I'm gonna stream 4 to 5 days a week. Right now, I'm doing 3 days a week, but 4 to 5 times a week, it's good. 6 maybe, it really depends. So, yeah, it's a very, very little song. I don't even know how many minutes we're playing, but I don't believe it's that many. Doesn't say here. 2 minutes, really? So yeah, it says 2:16, but it starts without 18, so 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute song. And it's not a very complex one. So, bigger songs, bigger projects. Right now, we're just starting. Again, level 1, right here. Right here. So, it's slower. It takes their time. And I'm gonna take my time. I don't want to rush anything. And I really want to have fun. And I really hope you guys have fun here with me. Albeit sometimes being a little bit boring, or me messing up and you guys start screaming onto your screens. But it's part of the progress. And again, I'm gonna make mistakes, and so will you guys. And that's it. Couple things before I go. If you want to know the schedule, or if I'm gonna be live, you can go to my Twitter page. It's at Nick Halden II, spaces between Nick Halden and the second. So at Nick Halden II, or you can go to YouTube at Nick Halden and check all these sessions live. Not live, but the day next of the next day after the stream. So, if you're wondering why there aren't no messages on screen, it's because of that. Because every single stream I make, it's gonna go live the next day on YouTube. It's gonna be uploaded to YouTube. So yeah, people allowed their messages to Twitch, but I don't want to have any issues with people not wanting their messages going live on YouTube, so it's a security issue. I don't think anyone would complain, but I want to be on the safe side of that issue, so that's why. So again, Twitter at Nick Halden II, YouTube at Nick Halden without the second. So that's it, guys, for today. I think we're done. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you liked what you saw. If you liked, please come back. And I'm gonna be live Sunday. Sunday at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. West, so London time. If you're in Europe, it's 3 p.m. London time. I'm gonna be live again for another stream session. That would be episode 4. And we will be changing the piano that I really don't want to. We're gonna change this piano. We're probably gonna add a cello or a synth. I don't know, but I want to fill that bottom part of the song up. So that's it. Thank you for being here, guys. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.